Hello, the internet. I'm taking a slight break from my normal board game series since we're halfway through the second round, and it takes us 10 days to play 8 games, so I can't really do one every week. So that means that some weeks I got to do something random. I'm going to try something completely different for me. I'm going to do a political one. And I'm going to be doing this one because I see a pattern emerging that freaks me the heck out. This is something I really hope I'm wrong about, because if I'm right, it's going to lead to World War III. And that freaks me the heck out, as I just mentioned. Did I mention it freaks me the heck out? No? Okay. It freaks me the heck out. Here's what I'm seeing, and it has to do with Trump and Ukraine and everything. So before Trump was elected, he did note that he wanted to end the war in a week and give all the land to Russia, which obviously Ukraine could never, ever possibly agree to. But I think it goes way beyond that. This is just a setup for something later, which is what freaks me out. It's been well known that Trump is bought and paid for by Russia. He was doing real estate a long time ago in New York, and he was selling properties way over market value to Russia. I mean, you do the math. And he and the whole Republican Party praise Putin. And so here's what I think is his game plan. And God, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong about this. But it really seems to be. Step one, make Ukraine the bad guy in the negotiations. And he's already doing this. The Zelensky meet and greet in the White House was a setup. It was for him to establish a narrative that Ukraine's the villain, to either get him out of the office and get someone who's pro-Russia, who can give the land to Russia, or whatever. I think the next step is that he is going to decree that there should be no more aid given to Ukraine by U.S. or by any NATO allies. NATO can't do that. NATO knows what happens with Russia if they just get to walk all over Ukraine, which is why they've been helping Ukraine. So they can't do that. They won't. And when that happens, I think the next step 3, Trump pulls out of NATO, pulls the U.S. out of NATO. He's been bad-mouthing it for a very long time now. He's trying to been setting it up. He plays the long game. I mean, he's a long game con man. He just is. And so that's clearly what he's doing. And then once that war with Ukraine is over, one way or another, because without aid, Ukraine's not going to be able to stand up to Russia that long. Many things could happen there, but that ends. Russia rebuilds for a year or two, maybe. And then they invade every nation that used to be part of the USSR. So you're talking the Baltic states, you're talking like Georgia, the Stans, maybe even, he might even be bold enough to do Poland and Norway. But he will. Why? Because the U.S. is no longer in NATO at that point. NATO goes, hey, United States, we're your allies. We've helped you out. What about? And they'd be like, nope, we side with Russia. Yeah, I think Trump's going to pull out of NATO and ally with Russia. And it'll be U.S. and Russia versus Europe. World War III. What will Trump do with the U.S. Army during that time? Will he just send them into Europe? I don't know. Will he invade Canada and Greenland and Mexico and Panama and Luxembourg? I can guarantee there'll be one of those that he doesn't. I don't know which one. Yes, only one. And God, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm seeing something that's not real. I hope I see something that's imaginary. I hope I'm watching a movie thinking that I've figured out the plot and I'm way, way wrong. But I'm usually right on those. And it has me freaked out. It really does. So I hope I'm wrong. That's what I see. We got to make sure that doesn't happen. How? I have no idea. He owns everything in the government now except for maybe the judicial. And even half of that he owns. How can he be stopped? He can't. And I don't know. The whole Republican Party, even if he disappeared, vanished without a trace, the rest of the Republican Party would just follow in his footsteps at this point, because they've all decided to be that, and I really don't like it. So this is one of those times where it's like, if I see something, I gotta say it, because if I don't, what kind of person am I? Luckily for me, no one watches this channel, so no one will be able to see this very, very anti-Trump message. So no one can decree that I should be fired and out of a cannon and into wherever. So, but I don't know. I just feel the need to make the statement. And so here it is. For better or for worse. So let's hope we don't have a World War III where it's U.S. and Russia versus all the rest of the world, except for maybe China. I think China would probably sit out, although China would take over Taiwan, obviously, during this time frame. But yeah, I don't know. Well, that's all for this week. Show back coming back next week when we finish the East and move on to the South and get to the Sweet 16. So just in time for the basketball tournament to start, which I think we're going to see more craziness and insanity in this tournament. So so a good note just to end on, other than all the dire craziness. And God, I hope I'm wrong. Please let me be wrong. This is the one time in life I want to be wrong.